came up with a million excuses. I thought of every possibility.
Welcome back to Stay Grounded. New look, same show. We lost 80 kilos, but we're back.
Thank God.
Welcome back, Joshua.
Weight loss journey. Hello. New intro.
We're missing beloved Brandon this episode. So this will probably not get more than 20 viewers.
We might lose all our viewers. But we can't be more. We can't be happier.
90% of our viewership is Brandon's friends, family, and/or co-workers. So it'll be interesting to see how this performs. But a lot of people that I talk to in real life really like your minimal input and they want to hear more from you. So this is your time to shine.
It's just going to be you talking to yourself the whole episode.
No, this is the Josh episode.
Who are you going to argue with?
I'm just here to facilitate. No arguments from me. I pissed enough people off with last week's episode.
To disagree with you and we'll start an argument.
We'll start staging some stuff. No, I'm going to take a back seat this week because I pissed enough people off last week.
Yeah, how was that? I was gone, obviously.
Yeah, I want to start this episode with an apology.
Let's see what happened.
I would sincerely like to apologize to all the people that just don't get it.
What's the context here?
I had a couple passionate discussions in the episode with Brandon, and I will always say and stand for what I believe in, and I'm passionate about that. And if people don't like it, I don't care, because you don't come to Stay Grounded to see three guys all say the same thing about every topic. So I had quite a few haters. This isn't targeted at anyone in particular. I had actually quite a few.
Did we get feedback? Did we get some?
I had some haters.
Oh. And
I'm the only one that gets haters on this cast.
That's surprising, to be honest. You'd think it'd be Brandon.
Why would you think it'd be Brandon?
I don't know. I just think his opinions are a little bit out there. That's why we've kicked him off the show, and he's been sentenced to the military for the next week.
We have kicked him off. It was becoming his show, and Josh didn't like that. Josh wanted a more dominant role, so we've allocated Brandon's shares to him, and you'll get more of a speaking role. But we have some exciting stuff to talk about this week. Josh, where have you been? What's up?
Again, like always, I've had a near-death experience. You may have noticed via my absence last episode. But I've been in bed for the last 7 days, not doing much at all. Only coming around and rising yesterday for the most part.
You had your flu game?
I did. Played ball, yes. We'll get to that later.
We will get to that. There will be a little bit of basketball because a lot of people have been asking for it.
Yeah, we have, our audience is 50-50. We have to split it down the middle. So just skip past the parts you don't like, listen to the rest.
Yeah, when we start basketball, we will preface it so you guys can skip 5 or 10 minutes.
When we talk about Taylor Swift, we'll preface it and we can skip past
spoilers. I wasn't going to get to that yet.
Spoilers. But yes, Tuesday I played ball, everyone. We're so back. My first game of the season.
Yeah, you were a trooper. Sick, and you broke your ribs in the first 2 minutes.
I know, very standard for me. Another rib injury.
Day to Daisy. You made a glass.
Any other week, I would have taken the week off just to heal. But you didn't play, so
I didn't. I'm out.
We needed someone there to carry the boats, and I really brought the energy of that game against a former Div 1 side. Yeah,
that is true. We beat a good side. I'm going to try to be back next week for the Big 3 debut. Hopefully
Brandon
we can get some footage of that for the gram. Do you have any shout-outs for this week's episode?
Shout out to David, my father.
Shout out to David Dacey. Happy birthday. Happy 50th.
The first 50-year-old listening to the pod.
Half a century.
I know. Good innings. Raise the bat, as we say in cricket. Otherwise, the same old. I got all my supporters that listen to every episode. Mum, my brother, my sister, Kristen.
Shout out to the fan band. I have one written down because I was at work today and I promised Julia that I would give her a shout out because she's been listening to the pod, and then she went to the little pop-up for the chocolate-covered strawberries and got some for the team. Have you seen that? Good
on her, bro. They're like $40. It's ridiculous.
It's like $15 for a little tub.
Every morning when you go to work, it's just like Coles punnets, like stacked up. Like they just go to Coles and get them.
I was gonna say there's gonna be no strawberries left for everyone else, but no, I got to shout her out for that because that was my little sweet treat.
That did remind me. You had the social experiment this week. You wore the merch in public.
I did. Oh, do you have your T-shirt?
I've never got. Brandon never gave it to me.
I was meant to wear my T-shirt today. The Stay Grounded T-shirts are officially out.
The first drafts are here.
Exclusive releases. We got really good feedback on them. We've had probably, I don't want to say how many, but like a good chunk, probably like 40% of our following have asked or said they wanted to buy one,
and
which is
real
really
compliments from the public.
Yeah.
I heard at work you had a few people wanting one.
Yeah, the co-workers. I wore it to, we had a like members event at the gym the other day, like a little morning workout and barbecue on the public holiday. I wore it there, so just some more.
Is that
free
the story
promo.
Post we saw on the?
That was that. Yeah, I was getting some shots up. So no, that was fun. We're just determining prices and how we're going to deliver them out to everyone and whatnot. But once that all gets sorted, Stay Grounded tees will be in your possession very soon.
On the way, and they're in the wild, like they're here, like they're out.
They're here. It's not just a concept anymore.
You will see them.
And we did get one for shout out to Erica who won the giveaway when we did that. So she'll be getting hers if it hasn't been delivered to her already at the time of posting this. You want to jump into some playoff talk and get the basketball out the way?
Yes, basketball talk incoming.
Basketball talks now.
Alert.
If you are not here for the basketball, I suggest you just double tap the right side of your screen to skip a couple 10 seconds at a time until we're talking about something else.
But it is playoff ball, so we will jump into some.
Josh,
Where do you want to start?
talk about the Knicks.
Yes, look, out of the two teams we both cheer for, the Knicks actually have some positives to talk about. So we'll start with them. Unfortunately, succumbed to the Sixers today by free throw merchant Joel Embiid.
Yeah, it wasn't your guys' fault.
But a very good game nonetheless. And it was a great battle between Brunson and Embiid. Brunson dropped 40, Embiid dropped 50.
Ooh.
I think Brunson had 14 assists. Embiid
Had about
barely alive.
1,400 free throws.
He had 21 attempts, made 19.
At least he made them.
But look, both teams had a lot of free throws, but that puts the Knicks up still 2-1 going to game 4 in Philly. There's been some positives because Brunson hasn't been playing well the first two games. He had a stinker, shooting I think 25% in the first two games.
Oof.
But still getting 2 wins is great. I think Josh Hart's been the biggest riser. I think he's leading the series in rebounds, which is insane. He's like 6'3".
20 plus points every game.
He's had 21 plus every game, I believe, and over 3 threes every game as well, which is like he shoots like 30% from 3 normally. He's really putting it there. And I think a lot of our bench players have really stood up, which is nice. Bojan's hit a couple threes every game. Deuce McBride's been good. OG's back looking healthy. He's had 15 every game, which is great.
Yeah, hopefully no one gets hurt with some of Embiid's antics.
Well, Mitch Robinson left the game in a moon boot today, so he's probably out for the season. But
hopefully not.
Both him and Ihart have really been playing well as well.
Man, Ihart's
I think Ihart went on 12 field goals in a row between the last 2 games, cooking in the floaters.
What's your pick for the series?
Look, this game scared me a little bit, but Embiid shot 5 of 5 from 3 in the third.
Yeah, it's not happening again.
Campaign hit 3 threes.
That's not
happening. He didn't even
again.
get minutes in game 2. All that to only win by 10, which became a free throw battle, so only really a 7-point margin for the most part.
So you're saying Knicks in 5?
Look, I'll give him another game or 2. I reckon it'll be 6 or 7 at this point. Like, it's still a great series, and the Sixers are better than a 7th seed, so...
Brandon and I did a bracket last episode. Do you want to speed run yours? Like, just pick team and games. So you don't actually have to go into it.
Yes.
All
I
right.
have Knicks winning, beating the Sixers.
Yep. We'll go top to bottom in the East. So what?
You might have to remind me of games.
Boston, Miami. That's 1-1 right now.
Look, I had Boston in 7, and that's still probably going to happen. But I would love the Heat to get up. But I just, it's the Celtics.
Yeah.
I'll take Celtics in 6.
Hate the Celtics. Cavs, Magic. Cavs are up 2-1 right now.
Cavs will probably take it still. That's a boring. Don't care.
How many games?
7.
I hope
the comeback's on. Good blowout win today by the Magic. So who knows? But again, not really paying attention to that.
3-6 Bucks and India tied 1 apiece right now.
Indiana in 7.
Ooh.
I don't think Giannis gets back for this series. So
I don't think so.
I think the Pacers have it. They took a game in Milwaukee, and
They
they put it to them.
That's once the series starts when a home team loses.
And that's with Halliburton kind of playing like ass. So
you
I'd love to
obviously
see that.
You obviously did your 2-7, and then out west we got 1-8 OKC and the Pelicans.
I think OKC sweep them now. It's over.
Yeah, I think honestly, if Zion was playing, I think.
Oh yeah, or CJ McCollum wasn't absolute garbage.
Yeah, true.
They've all had playoff fall-offs. They've had no rises except maybe Valanciunas, but
Yeah.
you need more than him to win a playoff series.
What's 4-5 in the West right now? That's the series I keep forgetting.
Suns Timberwolves.
No, that's 3-6.
3-6. 4-5 is.
Let me check my app. Who the hell is in the West right now?
What about the Lakers Nuggets?
Is
that 1-8?
We're gonna get that's 2-7.
Well, we'll get to that.
We
in
are
a second.
gonna get to the Lakers. I promise you, I have a lot to say about the Lakers. How am I tripping on the bracket? My shit is loading right now. 4-5 in the West. That's meant to be a good series as well. Oh, Clippers Mavs. That's the best series in the first round. I'm tripping.
I want the Mavs to get up, but it's still every game I have someone different. But I reckon that goes to 7 regardless.
That's a 7.
And it was Clippers home series.
Yep.
I'll say Clippers just from home court advantage, but would love the Mavericks to get up.
That's fair. 3-6 with Suns Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, easy, I reckon, in 5.
Hell yeah.
Give it to them. All the way.
We'll get back to the Lakers later, but Lakers Nuggets, that's 3-0 right now. Is it over?
I think they get it done next game. I'm sorry.
Lakers in 7.
Let's talk about it.
I will want to say back to the East. So your second round would be Boston. You had Boston beat Miami, and then with a 4-5. What was the 4? The
Cavs.
You had the Cavs. All right, Boston Cavs.
Boston's probably sweep that. I'm sorry.
I reckon that could go 5 or 6.
I would maybe Boston wins.
And then you would have Knicks Indy.
Knicks Indy would be an awesome series. They've got us for the most part, but I will go Knicks in 7.
W. Back out west, then you would have OKC and the Clippers you picked.
Oh, damn.
That's Clippers, surely.
Yeah, it's like on paper, but I would love the Thunder to get up.
Nah.
But I think the
Free
Clippers
throw
have
merchants.
too many people.
Yeah.
So yeah, Clippers in 7.
And then you would have Nuggets Timberwolves. That's a good series.
That's a good series, and I like probably the Nuggets, but I would love the Timberwolves to get up as well.
I think they could. I definitely think they can.
That Western Conference final could either be really boring or it could be amazing.
Yeah.
Like a Mavericks Wolves or Clippers Wolves. Both of those sound
Mavs Nuggets
awesome.
would be an insane series.
Mavs Nuggets, yeah. I'm just sick of the Nuggets. I'm just sick of them. They're so boring.
You better get used to them because I think they might win not 2, 3, 4, 5. Your Eastern Conference Finals
Knicks
would be
beat
Boston
the Celtics
Knicks.
in 4.
Yep, 100%.
And then whatever team's left in the West doesn't matter because Knicks win in 5 in the finals.
Let's just assume Nuggets make the finals. Knicks over the Nuggets.
Yeah, look, if anyone other than the Knicks makes it, I think the West will win, regardless of who makes it. And I just don't want the Celtics to win either, so that puts it in perspective.
Yeah, the Celtics.
Tatum's already like stinking it up, so
yeah, he's in playoff form. It's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
Playoff Jason's not a thing.
Oh, I don't hate that, man. What about you? Anything different?
The Lakers, Josh.
Are you backing them? Are you backing the boys? First ever down 0-3.
Look, until we get swept, it's Lakers in 7. But that doesn't change everything I'm about to say.
Until Monday.
I've said it on this show. We started this calendar year in the first week, and I've probably had 2 or 3 moments. I do not understand how Darvin Ham sandwich. It's in his name. He's a pig, bro. I don't understand how he's employed. I don't understand how he has a coaching job in the league. It's the same shit every game from game 1 through 82 to the postseason. Every single game, they run an organized offense in the first half. They get up big. The second half, the third quarter is always dominated by AD isolation, and then the fourth's dominated by LeBron isolation. It ices out the role players, and the Lakers fans want to cry about role players not making shots when they're not in a rhythm, and they don't have plays run for them. They let teams back in the game. They actually perform well in crunch time statistically, but you just see the team fall apart. And then they go and do it again. They did it game 1.
Yeah.
Game 1, they created amazing shots in the first half. They just didn't make them. Game 2, same old story. Game 2, second half, same old story. Game 2, same thing, and they make their shots. They get up 20.
Yeah, same both games. I watched
They've
the last
been up
2.
double digits in every game. They've been up at the
leads.
half every game.
Yeah.
Up 20 game 2, second half, same old story. I don't understand why AD can score 30 plus in the first 3 quarters and then the team just stops giving him field goal attempts.
Game 2, he took 1 field goal in the 4th. He took 2 today in the 3rd game.
And then game 3 today, bro.
Across the 2 fourth quarters.
Bro, the entire 48 from the jump to the final siren, every single possession was run exactly like we do in second halves when we bomb. We had, I think our 4th quarter was 35% organized offense. So over 60% was just freelance. Like, I just don't get it. Like, if you, me, Brandon, if anyone else was coaching this team over Darvin Ham, bro,
they'd have a win.
It's a 2-1 series right now.
2-1.
Bro, they went up 20, they went up 12, they went up 10. They dominate the game when they're actually looking cohesive and organized. They could easily have a 2-1 lead right now. Being up 2-1, going home, or staying at home for game 4. And I want to talk about D'Angelo Russell. Because I'm sick of the shit that I'm seeing.
Wait, what do you mean? Are we on his side now?
I'm always on his side. I'm sick of the shit that I'm seeing from the fans.
From the fans?
From the fans.
Twitter, Discord,
Instagram, the Discord that I leaked. I'm public enemy number 1 in the Discord. TikTok, wherever you can see NBA, the shit that's on this guy's name. Like, it's just a complete to critique him more than any other player on the roster, every single loss is just a complete misunderstanding of the dynamics of a team, of how the game is played, of how an offense should be structured. Like, think about how dumb it is. He's the third option. They wanted to make Austin the third, so a lot of fans view him as the fourth. And every time you lose, you're blaming the fourth option. How does that make sense? No one's talking about AR stinking it up. No one's talking about Rui stinking it up.
Oh, that is true.
And controversial, I actually really messed with D'Lo's attitude and behaviour today's game. He's done nothing but try and make it work. He saved their season last year. When he was about to get shipped out and he was playing bad this year, he turned it around and performed like one of the best third options in the league, playing way above his contract. Turned into one of the most elite three-point shooters in the league to help the offense. And then to play, 21 minutes in the first three quarters after playing 40 minutes a game, get iced out by Darvin, miss 3 or 4 shots and get pulled for ages. I actually really messed with the decision to stay out the huddle, sit on the bench on your phone, eating snacks during a game, leave early, clear out your locker, go home. It's over. I don't even think he's going to play game 4. I think he's going to fake an injury or get benched or have a DNP.
Oh, that's crazy.
The season is over.
He's done.
Bron's going to walk. They got to trade AD and blow it up. Sure, build around Austin Reeves, considering they think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's done. Sick of talking about the Lakers. I had to say that. The Lakers are going to be a lottery team for the next decade. They got no picks. Draft Bronny. He's shit. Let him suck. That's all I have to say about the Lakers ever again. Wherever D'Lo goes, I go.
Off.
And I hope it's Orlando, San Antonio, Miami, anywhere but LA. I'm done.
Mic drop.
That's all I had to say about them.
Who thought this day would come?
What day? Of the Lakers blowing it up?
The Lakers' downfall is here.
Bro, the Lakers' downfall has been creeping up on us for 5 years. We just didn't want to believe it.
Anthony Davis to the Knicks. I'll just put that out.
No, I'm here for it. I'm a Knicks fan for the rest of the postseason.
Let's just get through to the second round and we'll
Knicks tape.
welcome some new fans on.
But we can talk about basketball in a positive light, though.
In a positive light.
Because we had a game.
Our game. NBA chat is over, everybody. Welcome back.
NBA chat over. We're going to talk about
segue into
our game, which hopefully, if you guys like us, you care about
at
least a little bit.
You should be listening to this segment. This is our personal values and beliefs. Things
our
we
personal
enjoy.
values and beliefs with the game.
Anyway.
So
Game 2 of the season.
Game 2 of the season.
Coming in off of big win.
Big win, round 1. Down our only big man. And then we have no subs, so I play game 1 through an injury. I've got some anterior knee pain, so I rest game 2. We got shout out to Dean.
Dean is here. Shout out to Dean.
Dean is on the team.
That's a big shout out. New recruit Dean Spencer, absolute legend.
Absolute gun. So we got Dean as our only ball handler. We got Josh, the only big, and then we got all our wings. And we beat an A-grade side that dropped down.
It was. And we had one on the bench, which was nice, as I was absolutely cooked.
Yeah.
I was sick, as previously mentioned, and got an early cheap shot in the ribs. Could not breathe for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they were doing you like Embiid was doing.
I was getting cooked. So I was physically not there so much, but I was a body, which was handy.
But you know what? You muscled through.
I tried my best for the team, but really carried by, I believe. Shout out to Joe Hamrick.
Bro, shout out to Joe. I told Joe before this season started, we had a team dinner, and I said, Joe, I think you need to shoot more. Joe's a really good player because he's smart. He's always in the right place at the right time, and he makes the right play. But I think for our team, whenever Joe gets the ball, because he's always in a good spot when he gets it, I think he needs to look to score every single time. And he's done a really good job of that the first 2 games.
And he led our scoring, I believe, this game too.
He led our scoring. He might have led scoring game 1 as well, if not Brandon.
Yeah, true.
He had the game winner.
Yes, that's it, guys.
Off a beautiful pick and roll and 1.
So we're implementing lots of proper ball techniques, writing up plays on the bench. Phil was there coaching. So shout out to Phil in his suit and blazer with the clipboard.
We were running after timeout plays. We were using our timeouts. We were actually managing lineups and rotations, switching schemes. That was really fun.
It was a very fun game, and I wasn't doing much to help. So
no, you were killing it, mate. We just needed a body there. That's why we were sort of platoon subbing.
We'll break it down. The first 3 quarters, not much going on. Very low scoring game. We arrive in the 4th. And then, we're up going into the 4th, or are we down?
So, 3 minutes left. Oh, yeah. You want to go to the start of the 4th?
Start of the 4th.
It would have been a close game. It could have been 2 points either
maybe
way.
up 2. I would say we're up by that point, I think.
Yeah.
Going into the 4th, up 2. They do claw back, and we're down 4 with 3 minutes left.
We're down 5 with 3 minutes
Down
left.
5 with 3 minutes left.
And they call
the
a
dirtbags
timeout.
call a timeout, which
Because
means
in our competition, it's a running clock competition. The clock only stops on a dead ball the last 2. So obviously you call a 1 minute timeout with 3. They essentially just waste a minute.
a minute comes off the clock with no game played, which makes it really hard for a team down 5 to come back in the last 2 minutes, especially in a very low-scoring game.
And I thought that was a soft move.
Instantly, when that call happened, Phil and I looked at each other, and we had some words for the bench.
What did I say in the timeout, Josh?
They're not ready for the run we're about to go on.
They weren't ready for it. They were scared.
I said the same thing to Brandon, walking over to him, and then we said the same thing to each other.
So we drew up an ATO stack pick and roll, but then they came off of it and Brandon actually popped instead of screening the screener, which I thought was a good play. He got wide open. He just set the most illegal pick we've ever seen, which was unfortunate. But that we got some space off that, and then Dean applied some good ball pressure. Aiden was in the game at this point, but leading up to that, Jake was doing a good job in the passing lanes, and so was Aiden, and Joe was playing some pretty good defense, and we just kept on getting stops and scoring in transition until it got to a tie game.
Was it down
we
one?
were down
we were
one.
down 1.
Down
we needed
1.
a bucket. We needed a bucket down 1.
And luckily we saved our timeout till this
so
point.
we had our timeout. Now the stops, like the clock stops. There's no
Clock
like
stops.
we've got what?
Because I was going to use the timeout at 5, but we held on to
I
it.
think we had 40 seconds or so.
Less than that.
Less than 40 seconds. And
We
this
might
was-
have had like 12.
I was feeling good because this was the same day the Knicks scored 8-0 in the last couple seconds to win as well. So I had the same faith. I think it was Dean instantly has this play in mind, comes to the bench.
Yeah, so I talked to Dean about... So I wanted to get Dean the ball, and I said, what do you need to get open? And Dean was like, nah, I'm gassed. Get the ball to Joe and run a pick and roll with Brandon. And I think they had a weak side, like down screen or pin down. And just ran it to perfection. Joe gets the inbound, has the ball at the top. Joe's never really been a primary ball handler for us, so this is like something we've never asked him to do. This wasn't like not an easy thing to take on.
It just went so well.
Yeah, and then
And the hang time on him too. He hang in the air.
Brandon sets a really solid pick. It wasn't illegal, which was huge. Joe comes off it hard. Sort of had like a delayed gather.
Just everyone was
Off the
so
wrong
like, there was
leg.
so much space everywhere. Joe had a wide open shot.
Man, they
Even
were
if he
carving
didn't,
up.
I was under the rim at that point, like also wide open. So like we had backup there, which was handy. But he just bamboozled them on their defense.
Man, some of our after timeout plays, like there was one where we were doing the dribble handoff for ages and with the flare out, and Brandon scored like 3 straight threes in the third quarter.
Yeah, Brandon
And
had
then
a little hot spot. Which
they
was
would
nice.
jump in that. So there was one where Dean and Joe ran it, and Dean slipped, and then Joe
That
threw
back
that
door
pocket
was
bounce pass. And that
beautiful.
was, I love seeing shit like that.
And yeah, Joe with the N1 puts us up, and that's pretty much game.
2-0.
They don't get a shot up, I don't think. They
No.
force a turnover, back court.
Yeah.
We get ball, and that's game. So that takes us to 2-0 on the year.
2-0 on the year.
Going into game 3 on Monday, which, for those interested, the Big 3 debut
Big
for the
3
season.
debut
Brandon
is
will be
expected to
back
happen.
from his military service.
Yeah, it's expected to happen, assuming no setbacks for the injured parties.
Phil's knee is on the way to recovery, and I am healthy. I'm back, and I will be there.
It's going to be a movie.
On court 2 as well.
On court 2,
bright
show
lights.
court, bright lights. Like, so hopefully we can get some sort of content for it. Because if we get any content for basketball, we'll be posting on the Stay Grounded Instagram. Sorry, our cameras just froze for a moment.
We're back.
We're so back. And yeah, hopefully people can actually put a bit of a visualization to the words that we say
To how good we are.
about the game, to how good our team is.
Averaging a lot of points this season. I need to back it up with some evidence.
Josh,
Philip,
big week.
what do we have? What's in the notes? What's next?
The Tortured Poets Department.
Dangerous day to be a spot in the Billboard 100.
Dangerous.
As all 31 tracks from that new album are in there.
Oh!
What an absolute week for the music department.
Thoughts, feelings, opinions?
I'll get to you first. This is your first release.
I spoke about it a little bit in the last episode, but this was the first time I've ever tuned into a T Swift album on drop.
And it was different. There was some little surprises there for us fans.
Yes, I was going to say, so I've got inside sources.
Oh,
Do you believe that these songs are about Matt Healy or Joe? Or a mix?
we're going into it.
We're going
We'll
into the
start
law.
off with the drop, but I do reckon it's a bit of a both. There's a couple there about Matt for sure.
And they're the best ones.
Oh yeah, like the Black Dog. That's
That's a
definitely
good
about
one.
Matt.
That is actually
It's a
the
pub
name
in
of
London.
a pub in
I
London
did
that
see
I
the
will be
TikTok.
going to.
Oh, are
You
you
just
gonna
have to.
fine dining in the Black Dog?
Oh, I just got to get my lore up, as a dedicated fan. of the game. But yeah, really good album.
A double-sided album. 2 albums did drop within 2 hours of
Yeah.
each other, which
So I got to it like an hour after
bamboozled
launch,
me.
and I'm listening to it, and I had a little bit of time between when I got home from something and had to go to another thing. So I'm just laying in bed, headphones in, like that scene from Stranger Things, bro. I'm floating like that. That 10-song run from, was it started Down Bad?
Yeah. Look,
except for Florida, we don't talk about that. Do you
Really?
like Florida?
do you not like Florida?
Mm-mm.
You don't like Florence and the Machine? That's a bit crazy.
So I was laying there with my eyes closed, listening to music, just vibing.
I just like
and
the
it was good.
boom, boom, boom.
And I was so relaxed. And then when Florida came in, I distinctly remember jumping up, and I looked at my phone. I thought, "What the shit is this?"
It's like, thanks
I
Taylor
did not
Swift.
cue
I was in a
this.
coma, and then Florida came on. I woke
Yeah.
up to turn it off.
I don't hate it. I could listen to it if I had to.
It's in my top 10.
No way.
At first, I listened to it in full once, including the bonus, like side B bonus edition, and I couldn't really comprehend. There was too much music.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to get
And
to.
I was kind of going to say it was mid, but then I've now had time to digest 31 different songs, and there is not many skips, if any at all.
Well, I was shocked. So I got through the first half. I just finished. I got up, and then one of my Twitter group chats was popping off, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, there's a part B."
Yeah, look, I just finished the first album, and then I refreshed, and there's a second one.
Crazy.
And like, I think the second half, look, there's some like big radio plays in that first album, but I think I like the second half more.
Yeah, the second half was really good. I don't know which one I prefer. I think, no album's perfect. I think there's been some criticisms on it.
Especially like a 31 song album, it is going to be hard to be perfect. So
Absolutely. A lot of people don't like how her albums are quite diverse. Each era or whatever, or whatnot,
look
whatever
at
you
you
want to
go.
call it. There's different sounds from one song to another.
yeah, it's just dabbled in genres and
Yeah,
whatnot.
a lot of people didn't love how samey a lot of this release was.
People, if anyone, like a lot of the fan base are sick of the synth pop and want more of the country or the folk music back.
Shout out to Folklore, really good album.
Yes, and that's a lot to blame with Jack Antonoff, if you know who that is.
No, I'm not. Educate me. I'm not
That
up to
is-
date on this law.
Well, I couldn't believe when I found this out, but you remember the band Fun?
No.
Some nights I stay up cashing in my bad luck.
Yeah.
He is one of the guys from Fun, but he's now like Taylor Swift's best friend and producer from like all the pop albums. So he like started in like 1989 Red era
Yep.
and has done like all like the pop tracks production.
Okay.
And everyone thinks they've milked his worth.
That's a shame.
But he's still very talented. They are best friends, and it's good music.
It's enjoyable
But he's
music.
a big reason why she's done a lot of synth pop, like a lot of Midnights and that kind of vibe.
A lot of people think it was. A lot of people calling it like Midnight's Leftovers.
Look, guys, I don't think so. I heard that discourse on Twitter, and I disagree.
Yep, you guys are wrong.
Because I believe Midnights was already recorded / released when Taylor Swift broke up with Joe.
Was it?
I think it was in between like Midnights and the 3am edition releasing where that happened.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the Great Unfollowing definitely happened after that album release, I believe, where
Okay.
Taylor Swift and all their friends went out for dinner and all unfollowed him at the same time, and that's where like the public became aware.
Yeah. Right. Dangerous.
Yeah, I think this was most of this would have been recorded in the last 18 months, I reckon. Definitely fresh after Matt.
Okay.
But especially like Florida, it was recorded in like May last year.
Oh, we can forget about that one.
But like all the recordings are fairly fresh. The Travis Kelce songs obviously have to have been more recent.
What's that? So High School?
So High School and The
That's a good
Alchemy,
tune.
very wholesome. Made me smile, made me giggle.
Do you want to give us a little top 5 or a top 10, whatever you feel like sharing?
I'll do a quick top 5. It's changing because there is so many. But my number 1 at the moment is the Albatross, deep into side B. Good bonus track, and I'll probably get that vinyl for that extended version.
Okay, respectable.
So High School's definitely in there. I would say top 2 or 3. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, probably in third. That is like so catchy. Down Bad in 4th.
Yes.
And I don't want to stick to the top of the album, but they're the ones I've played the most.
Really good. Really good.
Probably Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, again, just for like the
Okay.
strong bass, very catchy lyrics.
You
Anything in there that I missed?
Yeah,
in
you
your
forgot the
rating?
best song on the album.
What is?
I Can Fix Him. No, really, I can.
That is a good one.
Bro, absolute bang. I think I've listened to that
Yeah.
every day since it dropped.
That and LOML.
Oh, Love of My Life.
Whatever.
Let me see
Whatever it stands for.
what am I missing? Everyone's going to be talking about Fortnite because that's got the post-feature
Yeah, 'cause that's catchy.
Yeah.
That's the one bit in my head the most.
My first listen, I was a bit like, I was kind of hoping for something more with like a feature, but it's grown on me.
They gave him the bridge. It's the biggest honor.
True. Title track's good. So Long
that's
London.
about
Yeah, like, bro.
the first 10 tracks are all in
from,
there,
like,
and
Down
I've played them the
Bad
most. But I think some of the deeper ones are more folklore vibes, and my favorite.
Do we want to talk about the Kim K diss track?
Yeah,
That
actually,
shit was raw,
I
bro.
was telling Brandon about it. And he wasn't up to date with the why that song existed. So I had to teach him some things, but very unexpected in 2024.
Yeah, a bit of a late response.
But it kind of slayed. It
Better late
went
than never.
hard.
Yeah, she kind of killed it.
Kind of ate.
what's just one bar which was like, my mum's really nice, but she wishes you would die or something like that. That caught me off
I
guard.
know, that's crazy.
It was no, good little diss track. In terms of all time diss tracks, where does it compare to No Vaseline by Ice Cube?
Right up there, in my opinion.
Oh.
Get them on together, I reckon. Get a collab track going.
Well, she got the collab with Kendrick Lamar. The Bad Blood. What, you don't love it?
No, I do love it.
You forgive,
It's
you
just-
forget, but you never let it.
That's
go.
Drake's source of beef right now, saying he's too worried about pop features.
What's wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying. He made fun of him for having a feature with Maroon 5 and Taylor Swift.
What, Drake did?
Yeah, that's his beef. They're beefing, Kendrick and Drake. And
What? I know they're beefing, but how is that a...
mentioning the Swifties very much
in the push-up song?
in the freestyle, saying like he doesn't mess with Taylor Swift and he moved his album for her, and a lot of
Yeah.
glazing going on over there.
Yeah, right.
But nothing wrong with Kendrick Lamar's Taylor Swift feature.
Yeah,
Future
yeah.
has a feature with Taylor Swift as well, which
What song's that?
Soft Reputation.
I don't think
The
I've heard
second-
this.
It's the second track. It's also got Ed Sheeran on it.
What?
I'm gonna get murdered for forgetting the name.
How's this going under the radar?
Endgame.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And Future actually raps his ass off, so a very good song.
Yeah, right.
I would tune in. Great album. Keen for the re-recording.
I've had a bit of a conversion
To what?
to being a Swiftie.
Oh, yes. Everyone out there, this is not the conversation I ever thought I would have with Phil.
Yeah, well, I just never listened, you know?
But this is what happens. This is what happens in life.
I opened my mind,
And
went through the whole Discog in probably less than a week.
you now have an album rating, a song rating. You've got an errors rating, and
You name it, I can rank it. I'm
What's-
officially qualified to speak on this.
what's your favorite era? What's your album of choice
Oh, it changes often.
at the
I'm
moment?
not gonna lie.
What's your fave?
The one that I'm listening to the most at the moment, I don't have Spotify on this. I've been listening to a lot of folklore,
Yeah,
which like
hobby, bro.
I didn't think I'd like because that one's like for the girls.
No, that's.
But I
can't
listen
say
to
that.
Cardigan and
It's for
Invisible
everyone.
String often.
Yeah, Invisible String is great.
Yeah, but I actually I've been enjoying Red more lately than I first did. Like I didn't think I'd go back to that much.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a little bit of it. I just
What kind
go
of
through
what
phases.
songs are you like? You're not tuning in to Shake It Off, and
Is that off Red?
I don't know. I think it's off 1989.
Oh, okay.
22, and we're never getting back together are all the Red songs. Sorry.
The catchier the song, the more I like it. Like that's my criteria. I don't like the lyrics kind of go over my head, and I'm no expert on songwriting or cadence or nothing like that. If it's catchy, I like it, and that's why to me, Mine by Taylor Swift is the greatest song of all time.
Yeah, Speak Now, underrated album. I'm just gonna go back to Red. Everything has changed with Ed Sheeran. It's probably my favorite from that
Ooh,
album.
Let me see.
I
Red.
think that's the safe pick.
Is it? I don't think I've heard that one.
State of Grace is also good,
State of Grace is really good.
and obviously All Too Well 10-minute version is up there.
All
But
Too Well 10-minute versions up there.
that's the boring answer.
There's some ones that Come Back Be Here is good.
Bro, going into the deep cuts.
Nothing New. Babe.
Oh, there's a
Uh,
man deep in the trenches.
I Bet You Think About Me. There's some
Yeah,
bangers.
that's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
So I didn't think we'd turn into a Taylor Swift podcast, but I hope all of the Swifties loved and enjoyed that.
For all the basketball enjoys, this is how the non-basketball enjoys
That's
feel
how they
when
feel.
we talk about basketball. But no, Speak Now, a very underrated album. There's some of my favorite songs on that album.
Yeah, I think I've
Better Than
only got
Revenge,
5 or so.
Mine,
Better Than Revenge is good.
Back to December. Obviously, Dear John is the most famous
Yep.
one. Enchanted. Haunted, probably one of the best songs I've ever heard.
Oh, wow.
Go back and listen to it.
Big cool.
I Can See You, the Vault track, kind of got me hooked when that first came out with
Mm.
Kristen. We love that song. Just bangers. So looking forward to the next re-recording.
On the topic of music, I don't know, did you listen to the last episode that Brandon and I recorded?
I haven't finished it, but
How far in are you?
like not very far. I'm not up to any music.
Oh, I was going to ask you Stan.
I'm so behind on my podcast this week after dying. Fill me in. I'll give you a caption.
I listed multiple artists that I believe to be better than Eminem. And you've been talking about this recently. I got to more than 10.
It's hard to rank someone like Eminem who's been rapping since 1999.
Yeah, well,
he's had like 4 phases and like
eras.
there's a period of Eminem that I would put quite high.
Eminem, look, okay, if I'm last week the episode needed flavor, so I came in hot. If I'm being unbiased now and I'm speaking, I still don't, like, I genuinely don't believe he ranks nearly as highly as most people give him.
Like, in today's standard, you can't really put him top 3 because he hasn't made enough music.
Or all time, let's be honest. However, if Eminem gets on a pop beat and collabs with someone like Riri, I do enjoy it. To an extent.
Shout out to Eminem announcing a new album today. Let's hope there's some pop features on there and not just some boring beats and cringe lyrics.
I wouldn't even be excited for the album. I'd be excited for the follow-up once the album gets hate, and then he'll get really salty.
I don't know. I think he's learnt. He's got Alchemist doing production, which is like pretty beats. Cool. Apparently Metro wants to jump on. That would be sick. Just Eminem, don't be corny challenge. Like, just make like a serious album.
If he stops wearing that goddamn hat and hoodie. But yeah, my point was, I got to like listing artists that I believe are better than him all time. And I got to more than 10. And some people have him top 5. Some people have him as the GOAT.
I just like can't rank it.
Well, like Kendrick Cole, Drake.
Kendrick Cole and Drake all time, yes. Drake can be a bit fuzzy because it's very rarely rap music he makes anymore.
Yeah, but he's still like a rapper.
Yeah, put him in. Yeah.
The one that got Brandon, I said Travis Scott's better than Eminem all time.
I don't know. It's just it gets too fuzzy.
I think you're scared of the truth.
I probably listen to more Travis Scott than Eminem in this day and age, but I don't think there's not much substance to a Travis Scott album.
But does Eminem have an album, like a run of albums, as good as like Birds in the Trap 2, even before that?
I would say his second, third, and fourth.
Which was what?
Slim Shady LP, MMLP, and the Eminem Show. Probably 3 of the greatest albums ever made.
Iconic.
Especially MMLP and Eminem Show.
But if we're talking like, what, Rodeo, Birds in the Trap,
and what?
Astro World. And then I never listened to the one they dropped last year, so
Utopia.
I can't. Oh, actually, I did listen to that. That sounds familiar. I personally would take those over the 3 Eminem ones. There's
good stuff in Relapse, there's good stuff in Recovery.
Nah, for sure. But if we can't confidently put him over someone like Travis Scott, is he really as good as people are saying? That's all I'm saying. And I'm not a music expert. I just rarely ever tend to be wrong.
Brandon have him above. I thought Brandon would be going.
Brandon's reaction was more like a,
you can't do that.
Yeah.
It just feels wrong. That's fair.
I was also joking about the rarely ever being wrong. That's for the fans to decide, and they disagreed.
Eminem's dropping a new album in winter, so we'll see how that is, and I'll come back to this ranking.
Good year for music. Not a good year for movies.
Every single rapper is putting an album out this year, it feels like every big rapper. But hopefully Eminem puts out a W. Just don't get Skylar Grey on it. Don't get Ed Sheeran on it. We just don't need those. Rihanna's fine. We can put Rihanna on it. Pink, crossing the line. They've done a couple of songs together. But let's get some rap features on there, huh?
Yeah. But it's
bad week for movies, bad year for movies.
Yeah, it is a bad year for movies, I feel like.
Can we get the letterbox out?
Get the letterbox. What have you watched?
Well, I'm actually seeing a movie with Kristen tomorrow.
What are you guys seeing?
Seeing The Fall Guys, which does look amazing.
Which cinema are you going to?
Going to a local one. Not going to DDoS myself.
Oh shit! What row are you sitting in?
I haven't booked it yet, so you might see it there.
I booked tickets, so I might accidentally be next to you guys.
But that movie does look good. It's Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Sorry.
Okay.
He plays a stunt double, and it's just like a kind of half comedy, half action movie.
Okay.
But apparently really well received, really well rated. Also, Civil War is out, I think, this week in Australia.
That's been out for a couple of weeks.
Is it out now?
Yeah.
Is it? That looks awesome. Kristen Dunst is in it.
Yes.
She's the lead Spider-Man legend.
Shout out to her.
So that's 2 movies I'm excited to see. Challenge is also out. Been pretty hyped up. That's the Zendaya tennis movie.
Oh, yep.
Probably won't see that one.
Are there any like big AAA titles that we've been waiting for a while later this year or no?
I think I'm still excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. That drops
this year?
Next month.
Oh, cool. I'll see you there.
And that is looking to actually be a good film.
Oh, I might not be here for it.
You might have to see it while you're away.
I probably won't. I've got better stuff to do.
And there's a new Wallace and Gromit movie coming out this year, which will save cinema.
Might have to go with the guys, get one of the day beds down the bottom.
You're not a movie guy, are you?
I like movies.
What do you mean? It's been a pretty good year for movies. Nothing too crazy yet.
Yeah, but I need like some big shit. Like, I need a life-changing movie.
Yeah, coming soon. Not much.
Do you have any movies that are like changed your perspective on anything?
On live.
Yep.
Oh, Star Wars is coming back out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know you love Star Wars.
Okay, if it's gonna be my thing to just have an unpopular
the
opinion
Garfield
every episode, Star Wars is shit house.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's just lame, bro.
What?
Like, it's so overrated. And Star Wars fans don't even like Star Wars. There's 37 different movies,
Yeah, you like
a
one of
million
them.
video games, 100 comics, 37,000 TV shows, and you guys like one movie. But I'm meant to believe that's the greatest franchise ever just because it sells a lot of toys. You're hitting people with a laser stick. Like, that's school disco activities. I'm going to get more hate this week. Yeah, what movies changed your life?
That's crazy, hating on a movie from the 1976 or whenever it came out. But you do you.
I mean, but they've been making movies to this day and there hasn't been many good ones. That's all.
What movie changed my life? We'll move on. What if I said Creed?
Oh, W choice.
Probably
you can steal
recently, Everything Everywhere All at Once was like opened my eyes to cinema.
Okay, from that perspective.
I went in fairly blind to that, and I just couldn't believe like something could be so creative. Like thinking how someone came up with that is insane. And
Who made that movie again?
Oh God.
That's not the Jordan Peele one, is it? No, that was
No, this is.
Oh, that was the.
No one I really know. That's the one with the googly eye.
Yeah. Yep.
Like dimensional travel, that kind of thing. But like not
Ooh.
superhero. Like it's just like a regular old movie.
You love your superheroes, don't you?
Yeah, underrated movie
We
that
do
changed.
have Superhero Tower and Superhero News Station.
And I'm looking to grab the Batman the Animated Series one next, the big city display piece.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, you did show me that.
I need to wait for that to be back in stock, but hopefully that can be on the wall one day. That would be sick.
Upgrade the set.
But a movie that is received poorly that I think is amazing and really again opened my eyes to cinema is Babylon.
Babylon's good, bro.
I love that film.
Babylon is
it's like
good.
It's mixed reviews.
Really?
Like it's not well received at all.
Why not?
No
What's people's
idea.
issue with it?
It's just not a good film. But I think that is cinema. That is perfect.
That is absolute cinema.
And my absolute favorite movie of all time that I will watch constantly is the 30-minute short film Wallace and Gromit: The Wrong Trousers, and that is 100% serious.
What happens with the trousers?
Gromit finds himself being pushed out of his room and his home by a new criminal who is also a penguin. The penguin
Sounds
is
like some
planning a
Batman
robbery and needs to use Wallace and his mechanical remote-controlled trousers to pull off the raid. However, Gromit is wise to the penguin and comes to the rescue.
Interesting.
Won an Oscar, I think,
What?
for a short film. Like it's absolutely it's insanely well made. Came out in 1993. It has aged perfectly. It is like my number one favorite movie on Letterboxd.
I will
love that
take your
film.
word for it. I can't say I'm going to watch it myself, but that is super duper exciting for you.
And then I saw Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit, the full-length feature film in cinemas.
What? Is that like...
Have you not seen that?
No, bro.
This is a movie I beg my
This
girlfriend
sounds
to
like
watch
some
with me.
Alvin and the Chipmunks type activities.
With like the rabbits, you would have heard of this.
Nah.
Kristen hates this film because it scared her when she was like 3 years old. Now she refuses to watch it with me. So we're going to boycott Kristen to watch the movie with me.
Boycott Kristen is crazy.
Otherwise, Fantastic Mr. Fox is another one of my favorite films.
a lot of
Again, a
people say
movie
that.
Kristen doesn't want to watch.
Why not?
I don't know. Apparently they're scary
That is...
because they're like taxidermied. That's a Wes Anderson film.
Yeah, shout out to Wes Anderson.
Shout out to Wes Anderson. And George Clooney plays Mr. Fox. Like, just it's insanely well made.
George Clooney.
I read the book when I was in like 3rd grade. So I just love
I
Roald
didn't know it was
Dahl. I
based
just
on a
love
book.
Roald Dahl stuff.
I did not know that was a Roald
It's a
Dahl
Roald
book.
Dahl book. Yep. The Twits. They need to make a movie based on the Twits.
Do you like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Johnny Depp one?
I think it has the sauce,
It's got the sauce.
but
That's one of the greatest movies ever made.
I don't know.
Good morning, sunshine. The earth says hello.
It's well made. Who plays him?
Johnny Depp.
That's insane. I always get him mixed up, but that's
Yeah.
crazy.
What's your
Everyone
favorite
says the
song
old
from it?
one's better, but it's just I can't. It's so outdated. I just can't
Yeah.
watch it. The
I like-
old original Matilda
Yes, bro.
I love that. This was on like TV when I was young, and me and my mum watched it.
On the topic of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the new one, I'm here to call out Timothy Chalamet.
Kristen and her mum saw it. They apparently enjoyed it for what it was. I'm yet to see it. But why does that little guy play the Oompa Loompa?
That's what I was going to get to. So
Hugh Grant, is it?
Yes. So first of all, the new Willy Wonka was shit. Timothy Chalamet, that was not the role for you. Don't even think about it. If they approach you about a sequel and it's $25 billion,
and
please
chocolate.
say no and give it to someone that deserves it. He's good in a lot of movies. He's good in Little Women. I just wasn't feeling him as Willy Wonka.
And in Dune.
I haven't seen that yet.
And in Interstellar.
Yes.
He plays the son with like 10 minutes of screen time.
But none of the songs are memorable. The plot was a bit convoluted and just weird. They were doing way too much. And a CGI Hugh Grant casted as an Oompa Loompa.
He hates his life. He only goes to movies he doesn't like.
That's really weird. Like, why didn't they just cast an actual small person? Anyways,
that's discriminatory, I reckon. Like, you gotta shout out. Like, it's kind of weird.
It is really controversial.
I'm not gonna word it because I might get it wrong, but
that's fair.
Like, there's people and actors that would fit that role, and like
absolutely.
they've spoken up about like they would have loved that role, and it's
it's
already hard enough to find a role in Hollywood.
Yeah, no, I was really against that.
But Hugh Grant, Oompa Loompa,
and Matilda. Have you watched the new one?
I haven't.
It's actually quite good.
I was going to watch it on the plane last time I was on a plane, but
I did enjoy it.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah. Yep.
And
what's your favorite musical of all time?
God, the music. Jeez.
It has to be The Greatest Showman.
Oh yeah, as a film, yeah, that movie's changed my life. I'd put that in there. That movie's insane.
High School Musical.
Yeah, the third one.
I was gonna say, how do you rank yours? Mine's 3, 1, 2.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like 2 the most.
I don't remember 2, to be honest.
It was the golf course one where he slaps the water.
I think 3 is the best. 1's good because it's still basketball orientated, and 2 is just that's cool.
You know, I was saying the other day, if Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have a kid, it's going to be a Troy Bolton, because he's not going to know whether he should be a performer or a pro athlete, or he can do both, like Troy Bolton did when he picked the college that he did. How did Creed impact your life?
Significantly. I was late to Creed. Just quickly before we move on, I thought of another Roald Dahl movie I watched, a really old one that I love because I watched it when I was young.
What is it?
The Witches. Don't know if you've seen that, but that is like an old one from the 90s, and that slaps.
Shout out to The Witches.
Creed changed my life because I went expecting it to be a fun sports movie, but it is. There's a lot of emotions and themes about relationships, love, like never giving up, like health issues. Covers kind of every base, and it makes me emotional.
I was having this argument.
This is Creed 1 in particular. I don't think I've seen Creed 2 yet.
Creed is a legit 10. 2 and 3 I enjoy as a fan, but I can live without because they're like pretty average movies.
But you're the guy to talk to when it comes to Creed.
I was having this argument with someone the other day, and they'll tell me like Creed's not even close to the greatest boxing movie ever. I said I don't care.
What else is there?
It's not a boxing movie to me. The Fighter's a really popular one.
Never seen it. The Roadhouse or whatever just came out.
Apparently that wasn't that good.
No, it stinks.
Creed is not a boxing movie. Creed is a good movie featuring boxing.
It's like Batman movies.
Yeah.
It's a movie featuring Batman. It's not a Batman movie.
That's the way to do stuff like that.
That's good.
I think Creed's, like I said, elements of the relationship's a big part of it. If you... People watching. Go do yourself a favor and watch the first Creed. If you are in a relationship, or you like someone, or you wish you're in a relationship, just know, if it's not like Creed, it's not worth it. That is the rule of thumb. That is what I live by.
If you're not laying on your apartment floor, staring at the roof,
bro,
play on.
Bro, incredible scene. Incredible scene.
That made me emotional. Can't lie.
It was a really
I wasn't ready for it. It was beautifully filmed.
Have you relived it?
I have, probably.
Well done.
I probably lived it before I saw the movie. I'm a late Creed viewer.
But no, the whole element of all the Rocky and the Creed movies of sort of always getting back up. I really enjoy that stuff. Have you watched Good Will Hunting?
I haven't.
That's the next one that you should add to your list.
Let me add it.
That's like actual like top 2 changed my life.
I think I've heard of it. I've probably seen bits of it actually on TikTok.
Do you want a synopsis?
Go for it. Is it like an actual... Oh, who's in this?
That Robin Williams and
yeah.
what's his name? Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they became friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I've been meaning to watch this because I saw.
So for those that are enjoying movie talk and you want to know about Good Will Hunting, it's essentially about a troubled kid and the relationship between him and his therapist. And that's all you can kind of say without spoiling it.
Yeah, only 5-star reviews.
Yeah, it's just really good. It helped me understand a lot of my own thoughts a lot better. Like, that was like actually perspective changing. I probably only watched it for the first time a couple years ago, but that's a movie that I hold really high in that regard. Another movie. I've grown out of the superhero shit. I really have.
Look, me too, but I'm always excited to see a superhero movie. But I don't find myself going back and rewatching Avengers and whatnot.
I can't get up for the new ones anymore.
Endgame came out 5 years ago today.
Oh, really?
That is crazy.
That was a fun time.
Anywho, continue.
Yeah, look, I can't really get up for the superhero movies anymore. However, the Spider-Verse movies, in particular, the first one's better, but there's the cinema experience for the second one
with this has so much sauce.
So much sauce, so much flavor.
Yeah, I've watched that probably 4 or 5 times.
And then the ending, the credits rolling, and then Am I Dreaming playing.
Yeah, that soundtrack
that felt weird.
Elevated me.
It really did. It was like that scene from Stranger Things, brother. I was just going to the sky. We've got about 10 minutes left, so it's time for your segments, Josh's Corner.
My corner.
What do you want to talk about? Spot. Anything that comes to mind.
We've already covered the only things I like.
You got to think of something new. People want to hear you talk. I've been talking too much.
I don't know. Give me rapid fire. Give me something to work off. I'm not a free thinker.
I can Google really good conversation starters if you want.
This is like my retail job, trying to make complex.
Your what job?
My retail job.
Oh, retail. Do you want to talk about your... I know you've talked about your career recently, haven't you?
Came straight from the study lounge before the podcast, putting some prices on properties.
What's the last book you read?
Oh. Oh, jeez. What is happening?
What the fuck?
It's because there's an AFL game on, and there's still Anzac round, but the last mask has played in the background and kind of shook us.
Lest we forget.
But it is an Anzac Day, so we're a bit confused. Last book I read was probably The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I bought that like a year ago and read it, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice. These are rapid fire questions for Josh's Corner, so I'm just scrolling through the good ones. Favorite thing on Netflix right now, or favorite thing you're watching right now?
I've just actually not on Netflix, on Amazon. Just finished Fallout.
Oh, was
the
that
TV
good?
show. Incredibly good. I would recommend that to anyone.
That's surprising.
Very nice on the eyes. Very easy to watch, and it's someone that has played Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas.
New Vegas was cool.
Very good game. On Netflix though, nothing. I'm also watching Grey's Anatomy on Disney Plus. I'm powerhousing through that.
Nice. Any hidden talents?
I'm ambidextrous.
This is true.
I can write with both hands. I can catch and throw with both hands, but I can only kick with my right foot.
What is something that most people watching wouldn't know about you?
I'm 6'4". No, look. Most people, everyone knows everything about me. I'm an open book on the pod. But I was born and lived in Cairns for the first 6 years of my life.
Nice.
So I'm
tropical.
I'm a rainforest boy.
Josh of the jungle.
Yes.
Where do you want to be in 5 years?
Retired. Wouldn't everybody? What a silly question.
Dream vacation spot. Can't say New York.
I've already been there, mate. Twice. So
no, I know that's why you can't say.
It's not a dream. I've already been there. Italy.
Oh yeah, nice. This is my dream, but the Bahamas looks really appealing lately.
Oh yeah, I like the Maldives.
Yeah.
If I could afford it, don't really like water, but if I'm there, I would probably go in. Like,
you do have a sand phobia. That's something people don't know about you.
Yeah, that's true. I hate sand, especially like when you're wet. Sand is the more so. I can deal with dry sand, but being wet and walking on sand is disgusting.
I get it, but they do have the showers there, and you can bring a change of clothes.
Yeah, but like you have a shower at the beach. Those little showers. You get in the car. There's a bloody beach in there still. Half the sand is going in that car with you.
Josh has sand trauma. I can fix him.
And I don't.
Really
I only wear like, I guess Birks and Crocs are taken over, but like just wearing shoes in general with sandy feet are gross.
No, this is fair.
And I'm not trying to walk barefoot. Like I'm not a full Australian. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I need to put socks and shoes on if I'm walking around in public.
W.
So
one thing you can't live without.
My girlfriend.
Oh, that was actually really sweet.
Rapid fire.
Strangest dream you've had recently?
Um,
It's a good Netflix show, Stranger Dreams.
that show still exists. That is wild. How that got beyond one season is beyond me.
Yeah, someone attempted to convince me that it was actually good, and I watched
Season
it.
1 is insanely well written, and I
Season
love
one's
that
sick.
season. 2's cool, and then I'm like, wait, the same thing just happened. Then it happens again, and 3 and 4, and I'm like, okay. What was the question? Dream. I do
Strangest
get
dream.
weird dreams now. I used to never dream, like, at all.
You're
But
tapping into that creative side.
No, they're always really weird. There was one that was like staying in a cabin with like people from primary school, and like I don't even remember the people. I just like the faces were recognizable,
Interesting.
and it always like someone comes up and like cuts my leg off or something. Like it's just weird endings, and I wake up sweating. But
That is very brutal.
I have really weird dreams like that. Like people say they've had like their future lived in their dreams. I'm like on a plane, like flying towards the ground.
Interesting.
Like no good dreams here.
Best documentary you've ever watched?
Damn.
Oh, I forgot to put Coach Carter in the movies that changed
Yeah, I
my
know, I
life.
thought
I
about
watched
that.
that last night.
I just don't remember all the documentaries I've watched. There's just a lot out there. I watched this really good one on... Because I just love watching documentaries when I have nothing to watch. I'll just find a random sport one and put it on. But...
Have you seen 42?
No.
It's not a documentary,
Oh,
but
the
it's Jackie
baseball
Robinson with Chadwick Boseman.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I watched that on the plane in New York.
Really
that
good
was
movie.
Yeah, I love that movie. Probably the Aaron Hernandez documentary. I found that really interesting. And how his brain worked and why he killed some people.
Very interesting.
Otherwise, I watched a YouTube documentary on Malaysian flight MH whatever. And I tap into those. I love like mysteries and stuff. So any of those.
If you could host a talk show, who's your first guest?
Anyone in the world.
Anyone in the world.
I'd probably get LeBron.
Yeah, fair.
That'd be handy.
Get the views up.
I would say Brunson, but I think LeBron would be better for the long term. Clyde Frazier.
Let's skip these because they're not very good. Favorite restaurant?
What's the Italian one called? Everton Park. There's one in the city as well.
Corbett and Claude.
Yeah, that.
Corbett and Claude's good.
Or like the lower budget version if you're trying to save. Vapiano's.
Vapiano's is solid.
Both of those I will love with my life. Forever and ever. Cold Rock is my favourite dessert. I'll answer that one straight away.
Cold Rock is goated.
Cold Rock over Baskin Robbins any day of the week.
What's a new hobby you'd want to try?
Golf.
Yes.
I've been like wanting to play golf forever.
Yeah, I think we're actually going to make that happen. I want to do it when I'm back from my trip.
We can do a golf vlog for the pod. That'll be fire.
Bro, that's actually... I want to take some golf lessons. I think there's one dude at
Yeah.
I was looking at one place with golf coaches, and I think one of them coached some PGA guys. I'm like,
Oof.
surely he can turn me into a pro.
Look, golf would be so much fun. It's just expensive and you got to really commit to golf. But golf is always something I wish I was good at and played regularly.
Yeah, golf is sick. I love golf as a sport. Like, I get why people don't like it.
Oh, everyone loves golf these days. Lives on right now in Adelaide.
Yeah, well, it's just... For me, it's a social thing as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just kind of covers everything. Fitness. A lot of walking if you don't get a buggy.
Most life-changing piece of advice you've ever heard?
Whatever, like the entire Joe Hamrick episode of the podcast.
Yes.
I'm living up to those words. There was too many just to quote one, but I have them written down somewhere in my phone when I need to look at them.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Joe times
So
2
really,
this episode.
just like not worrying about what other people think about me.
If
It's a quick one.
If you go back in time and change anything that happened in the world...
Don't ask me that.
Okay.
I'll
Why?
go to New York.
Yeah, right.
Not to 2001, but to 1974 and relive the New York Knicks' last NBA championship.
Yeah, wow, that's a really way to put it to use.
Walt Frazier had 36 points and 10 assists in Game 7 to beat the Lakers.
How much did they win by?
I don't know, but it was a great game. Beat, retire, old man Wilt.
W.
So I'd want to be there.
Bro, some of this AI stuff is crazy. This isn't even a question. This is
Alright,
just...
we'll jump in. What do you mean? Let's talk about it.
The
for 5 minutes.
videos with that... What's the platform called? Like Viggle or whatever? Where, like, how people make
Yes.
anyone on, like,
I
Yachty
haven't
on the
checked
stage.
it out, but yeah, it's insane work.
And you can make someone blow up a hospital with AI and export that as a
It's
video.
pretty weird to think in, 12 months, this is how far AI's come.
Well, I was
like,
talking to someone
Imagine
about...
5 years, bro.
I was talking to someone that actually knows this
Insane.
shit. So, like, you think about what the world's developed in the last 2,000 years. Or whatever.
Probably a lot.
Yeah. And that's all been done by humans.
Mm.
And we developed AI. but the AI can develop more AI, and that's going to be like at a rate like infinitely times faster than humans could ever do it.
Like, it types my emails up for me in 10 seconds.
We're going to lose our jobs.
Thank you.
Soon. Well, I won't. Thankfully I picked one where you're probably sweet as well. I think we've,
Yeah,
in
look.
terms of your future career, we probably
there'll
picked
be
ones
some-
where
I'll be
robots.
there'll be someone will need me. So
Yeah.
retail and food though. Have you seen like Wendy's in America? They've got like AI people, like AI serving you at the drive-through.
Do they have any real people on?
The people making it and giving you the food are, but no one's on the headset taking the order. It's like full AI,
Jesus, bro.
and it sounds friendly. Like, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I mean, would you still be nervous to talk to it?
No, not at all. And it's so nice, and it doesn't like try to upsell you weird sauces and whatnot. It's
Who's trying to upsell you weird sauces?
food places, mate.
Who are you hanging out with, bro?
I don't even know how I get to the drive-thru in the first place. And then they've ordered me a large 12 nugget meal and cheeseburger.
What, from Hungry Jack's?
Yeah.
Yeah, W.
Like, I didn't even the maps. The car just took me here. It's not even a self-driving one.
Bro, I feel like some Broken Hearts. Broken Hearts Burger Club. We need our own burger on their menu.
They have like 1 million followers. They're like massive for some
What?
reason.
That's crazy. They've probably got heaps of different restaurants. But on that
They should
note,
sponsor us.
I think me talking about food has got me hungry, and that is time for us to
Yeah,
wrap
look at
up
the burger
this
joint.
1 hour special. Hope you guys enjoyed Josh talking a little bit more than normal.
I hated it. Brandon, please come back.
We will probably be back to the regular scheduled programming next week.
3-man rotation.
Nonetheless, a lot of topics that we had a good wide range of topics, but I don't think any of them appealed to the masses. I think everyone will find their own little niche enjoyment, hopefully. Or if the episode was shit, just tell us. I've got enough hate messages that one more is really not going to knock me down.
Probably going to be the worst episode without Brandon. So just everyone, come on, pile on.
Yeah,
We're ready
we
for
actually
it.
don't really have many conversations with each other when Brandon's not there. It's kind of just always behind a phone.
Little sneak peek for next week though.
This is probably the longest I've ever talked to you without looking at a phone.
I know. I'm shaking in reality. You
We
can't
are-
see it, but my legs are going crazy right now.
Breaking barriers.
Um,
But no, we'll be back.
I have a little preview for next week actually.
What is it?
My jury duty commences on Monday. So
Are you going to be allowed to disclose any
I'm
details
going to
from
come
that?
on here and say, should I vote them guilty or not guilty? We're going to have a podcast poll.
If you're allowed to talk about the details, can we actually make an episode
Yeah,
about
hopefully
this?
if it's just a minor thing, I don't think they really care. But I'm excused Monday, Tuesday, which is great. Not going to have to go those 2 days. But
Okay.
like from Monday, I have to check if I have to go in. So
Mm.
for the whole month. But
Okay.
get Monday, Tuesday off for Kristen's uni graduation. Shout out Kristen.
Shout out to Kristen. Congratulations. That is an amazing achievement.
Already teaching a term and a half in. So
Yeah, cool.
congratulations, Kristen.
I'll see you there. I think I got tickets to the graduation somehow.
Come, mate. It's at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre.
Oh, beautiful.
We'll maybe get some music going, get some hoops in after.
Can you get a photo of Kristen with the Leroy Loggins statue?
Oh, actually, yeah, I will. I'll put it on my story. That'll be my story post.
Alright, that concludes us.
But keen to talk court with the boys next week.
Yeah, no, we're going to get in our law bag. That'll be really exciting. I'm about to get my Harvey Specter on. Shout out to all the Suits fans. Shout out to everyone who listened. Sorry if the episode was shit. But that's about everything I have to say. What do you have to say?
I have just one word, and it's actually just one sentence. Take care. Brush your hair.
Stay grounded.
Deuces.